Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2016 movie Doctor Strange. So this movie is directed by Scott Derrickson, and in this movie, after having a career-ending car crash where he's a surgeon and his hands get messed up where he can't do surgery anymore, so Dr. Stephen Strange starts learning how to use the mystic arts, and he's being taught by the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton, and she's teaching him how to become a master of the mystic arts, and eventually he ends up becoming Sorcerer Supreme by the end of the movie, and has to take on Dormammu and Castellius, I think is how you say his name. But this movie is pretty good. I like this one quite a bit more than I used to. When it first came out, and for the first 2 or 3 times I watched this movie, I didn't really care for it very much. I thought it was like a 5 out of 10. The story was just mediocre and stuff. I just wasn't really invested into the whole mystic arts stuff and everything. But I think after watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse Madness earlier this year and watching What If and stuff, I kind of have gotten more interested in the mystic arts element of the MCU and stuff. So I think that's why I enjoyed this movie a lot more this time. I do still stand by some of my criticisms that I had with it, that Cassius, I cannot remember how they pronounce his name, the villain of the movie, played by Mads Mikkelsen, he's just a pretty weak villain. He's kind of one note and everything. His motivations just aren't extremely great. He's not a very good villain. He's not one of my favorite MCU villains at all. He ranks up there with Malekith as one of the more generic MCU villains. But I did enjoy the first 2 acts of this movie more than the third act. I feel like the third act just wasn't as good. The action was kind of generic and stuff, and we've seen this story done kind of before, just with different characters. It kind of sticks to the MCU origin template a little bit too much, and it could have been better. But I will say, visually, it looks great. It has some of the best visuals in the MCU, especially like the kaleidoscope trippy scenes and stuff in here. It has some really great moments in here, and where it's really trippy. Like there's a part where there's like little hands growing out of his fingers, and then more little hands growing out of those little hands, and it's really, really trippy and stuff, but it looks awesome, and the visuals just look great in this movie. And Scott Derrickson does a really great job directing the movie and everything. I thought he did a really good job with it, and Michael Giacchino's score is really, really good. I've always liked his score for the movie, but I forgot how good it is in this movie. Like there's some parts where it has a really nice epic tone to it and everything. It just feels really magical at times and everything. It fits the tone of the movie really well and everything. And I love Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, which I've said that from the get-go, that I thought he was perfect casting for the character and stuff, and I really like him in this movie. I love like how he kind of grows throughout this movie, and he's grown a lot since this movie too. But this is, like I've said previously, it's fun going back and watching these movies and seeing where a lot of these characters started from and everything. We've come so far in the MCU since even this movie, but it's still really entertaining. It's a good introduction to the characters. I think Wong is still a really lovable character. He cracks me up at times in here. I love the part when Doctor Strange calls him Beyonce, and then the next scene you see him listen to all the single ladies, and then like the scene at the end when he just like starts laughing and everything after the big battle and stuff. I love that too. I really enjoy Wong. He's just a really lovable character, and he's becoming a fan favorite, I think, too, because he's kind of been the star of the MCU in a weird way, because he showed up in most of the MCU projects. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good movie, and Chiwetel Ejiofor is a lot better as Mordo, as I remembered. He was really good in this role. In this one, I forgot how much I liked him in here and everything. So, like I said, I kind of watched this movie, and it kind of gave me a whole new light on it. And it used to be my second least favorite MCU movie. I think it's going to be moving up quite a bit. It still isn't one of my most favorites. It'll probably be in the middle somewhere, but I do enjoy it a lot more. Like I said, I still have issues with it kind of feeling a little bit generic and stuff at times, kind of like with Ant-Man. It just follows that MCU template so much that it was really kind of predictable and stuff, but in the end it's still a really entertaining movie, and I enjoyed the cast in here. Also, Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One was pretty good too, although I think that they should have cast someone of Asian descent like the character is in the comics and stuff. They could have had an Asian actress play the Ancient One, but I don't really care that they made her a female and everything, which is different from the comics and everything. I just think they should have at least had a Asian actress play her. But yeah, so anyway, I really enjoyed this movie, and it's a lot better than I've ever given it credit for. So I'm going to move my rating from a 5 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10, because I really enjoyed it this time. I don't know why. I guess I'm just finally seeing it for the better movie that it really is and everything. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Doctor Strange, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.